Selena's name is suddenly back in the spotlight after Justin and Hailey's world just blew up. According to a lip reader, Hailey asked Justin Meet a Mame, "How could you?" while the cameras were rolling. Fans now believe it to be evidence of something more profound. Everything is altered by what actually transpired that evening. Everyone assumed that Justin and Hailey were having another date night, smiles on the court, matching attire, and flashing camera. However, the internet froze when that clip was released. "How could you?" a professional lip reader said, claiming Hailey leaned in. "Then, you want to unwind? I'm finished. I'm heading out." All of a sudden, fan detectives turned every moment of their encounter into a crime scene. When she turned away, the tone of her face, cold and aloof, spoke louder than words could. That clip is one I've seen a dozen times. And the tension is evident regardless of how you look at it. Justin hardly responded, looking straight ahead as if nothing had occurred. No argument could overpower that silence. You could sense the distance, even if they weren't fighting. Supporters observed how she moved away, how his hands remained clasped in his lap, and how she had already finished acting when the camera panned back. People have previously caught off energy between them. This one, however, struck a different chord because it wasn't paparazzi rumors. This was unavoidable, unfiltered, and live. Hailey appeared to have reached her breaking point, one fan wrote. "She didn't have anger in her eyes. It was finished. I understand. Her expression has a weight to it, as if she's not responding right away, but is giving up after trying for too long." Justin didn't even flinch, a different fan commented. "He seems accustomed to it now. To be honest, it's eerie because of that. Not fury, not mayhem, just peaceful familiarity." The sort of tension that leaves you wondering how long it has existed between them. Everyone was anticipating Hailey's next move after that game clip went viral, and she said it all without a word when she arrived by herself at the WSJ Innovator Awards in New York. She appeared to be a woman in complete control thanks to her sharp black leather outfit, assured stance, and composed face. Fashion was visible to the crowd. There was a message on the internet because Hailey wasn't the only one walking the red carpet. Hailey was walking by herself at this time. She has previously made public appearances, but this time there was a different vibe. She stood tall as if she had something to prove, without Justin at her side or awkward smiles to match, or perhaps there was nothing left to prove. I would describe it as quiet rebellion, but the body language experts called it professional confidence. Perhaps that's why the moment was so impactful. Despite all of the rumors, videos, and lip readers, Hailey remained silent, didn't post, and didn't respond. She simply arrived by herself, self-assured and in control. Furthermore, silence has the power to make more headlines than any public declaration ever could. Distance is no longer an issue. Redefining her role in the narrative is the goal. "This isn't sadness," a fan wrote. Hailey is taking back her identity in this way. To be honest, that seems to be the case. She appeared more at peace than in pain as she remained motionless. "She's showing Justin what life looks like without him," someone else said. It's daring, but perhaps that's the idea. It's not always a sign of weakness to walk in alone. It serves as a warning. Justin went live on Twitch at a time when the internet was unable to discuss anything other than Hailey's solo moment, and his remarks left everyone in a state of shock. He began by talking about light, music, and faith, but then the topic changed. Suddenly, he declared, "I've written songs for heartbreak." The tone was entirely altered by that single line. It was immediately clipped, analyzed, and connected to Selena by viewers. "I saw it live, and I can assure you that the moment he said it, the atmosphere changed. It was not a dramatic moment for Justin. He was being honest. He appeared to be a man going over memories he wasn't ready to share," and his voice trailed off. "People still hold things I did 15 years ago over my head," he continued. The weight of those words was palpable. Sadness, perhaps guilt, but mostly tiredness. He didn't specifically mention her, but the tone and timing were clear enough. It was not a nostalgic sound. It had the sound of closure. And you could tell Justin wasn't attempting to spread rumors from the silence that followed his confession. He had just finished acting as though those ghosts had left him. "He wasn't talking to us," one fan wrote. "He was conversing with her." And it did feel personal, to be honest. It felt more like a contemplation directed at someone who would comprehend without hearing it, rather than a performance. That's not closure, said another. Longing is what that is. I understand their perspective. It wasn't regret, based on the way his voice grew softer and the little smile he gave afterwards. It was recalling what home used to feel like. Selena was out here writing a whole new chapter at the same time that Justin's emotional moments began to garner attention. She was celebrating her own love while the internet was busy deciphering heartbreak. Selena reportedly asked guests to donate to her Rare Impact Fund instead of traditional gifts at her wedding to Benny Blanco. The tone on the internet was immediately altered by that one choice, because Selena made it about something that truly mattered in a world where extravagant weddings for celebrities are all about designer chaos. She used her fame to raise money, and that's power. I recall reading what she said: "I wanted to give my community a tiny bit of my happiness." That's perspective, not public relations. Even on her most intimate days, she continues to advocate for mental health awareness, having raised over $20 million, 0 cents, in the 5 years since founding Rare Impact. This type of alignment is chosen rather than just occurring. Then Benny Blanco, the star of the show, made headlines by spending $37,000, 0 cents, at the event's charity auction. The significance behind it, however, was overlooked. He wasn't bragging. Just as she had supported his mission from the beginning, he was showing up to support hers. I watched videos of him holding her hand and laughing. There were no stage smiles or business gimmicks, just two people content in their own space. The way it all transpired has a poetic quality. Selena was privately securing her future while Justin was publicly processing the past. Who won wasn't the point. He concerned who at last achieved equilibrium. Because Selena didn't just appear joyful at that moment, she appeared unrestrained. However, the internet did what it always does. As soon as Selena's wedding joy started to gain popularity, created chaos out of light. In an abruptly popular TikTok video, a woman asserted that Selenagomez was allegedly involved in a sinister case involving two individuals, David and Celeste. The theory spread like wildfire, claiming that they were somehow connected to her need for a kidney. It received millions of views, hundreds of stitches, and a barrage of hashtags in a matter of hours, portraying Selena as someone she was obviously not. To be honest, when I watched that video, it seemed like a new low for online rumors. The woman appeared to be solving a true crime mystery as she laid out clues, matched timelines, and discussed kidneys and 10-year lifespans. In actuality, though, she was fostering an unfounded conspiracy. Actually, Selena's medical history has always been widely known. She has talked about her recuperation, her transplant, and lupus. Nevertheless, because it makes sense, people continue to distort those facts into something more sinister. Selena has remained silent through many false narratives, but this one struck a different chord with me. It was cruel, not gossip. The fact that people believed it so quickly is even worse. That's what makes the internet so frightening. Something doesn't have to be true once it seems plausible. Since her silence speaks for itself, she doesn't have to defend herself against every lie. Still, the speed at which the story changed is amazing. She is commended for her generosity and kindness one moment. She's being pulled into a false crime theory the next moment. It's evidence that the internet will always find a way to distort the facts, regardless of how well-meaning you are. And that's where the true horror lies. Selena remained silent during the commotion, but the focus immediately returned to the burst, the couple that everyone is obsessed with. Justin's silent Twitch confessions, Hailey's lonesome red carpet, and the widely shared fight video all began to blend into one image. It's a marriage under strain, not a breakup headline. There is an unspoken distance that cannot be erased or concealed behind smiles when piecing together their recent moments. This pattern is not new to me. Two people are attempting to appear normal as the cracks become visible. Lately, Justin appears more introspective and almost preoccupied. Although Hailey seems to be building walls for her own mental well-being, it could be fatigue rather than animosity. Love is forced to become a performance by fame. Occasionally, the act simply fades. Although they have previously weathered public storms, this one feels more intense. The reason for this is silence, not scandal. Overexciting is typically a sign that a couple has begun to fight for themselves rather than for approval. Their rhythm has changed, but I'm not saying they're splitting up. Now it's quieter, too silent. Furthermore, such silence does not imply calm in Hollywood. It signals an impending event. The world will never stop watching three people as they attempt to navigate their lives when the headlines, whispers, and lip readers are removed. Selena rises above, Hailey stands by herself, and Justin turns inward in the same storm. All of them, I'm just here to read between the lines. I'm not here to pass judgment. It's your turn now. Think back to their most recent moments and let me know which silence most resonated with you. The silence following Justin's silent confession or Hailey's stroll.